Good evening, you're watching KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. After waiting decades, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim clocked in for the first time at Putrajaya's top office today. Speaking to reporters this morning, he outlined his top priority, which is to help Malaysians cope with the rising cost of living.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has announced that Gabungan Rakyat Sabah is the latest coalition to join the Pakatan Harapan-led unity government. At a press conference today, Anwar said he now has the support of a two-thirds majority in the Dewan Rakyat.
Datuk Haji Ketua Menteri Sabah telah maklumkan bahawa GRS juga secara rasmi akan menyertai kerajaan perpaduan. Ini bermakna kekuatan induk kita yang diumumkan semalam termasuk GPS Sarawak dan sekarang GRS Sabah yang menunjukkan bahawa kita hampir atau sudah mencecah kekuatan 2/3 ahli parlimen.
With this, he said the new government can focus on its work to strengthen the country's economy. Anwar, who clocked in as Prime Minister today, said his priority is to tackle rising prices and address cost of living issues.
Jadi saya telah memohon supaya perbincangan lebih teliti dan tindakan segera untuk mengurangkan tekanan ini, dan saya akan adakan pertemuan segera dengan jabatan dan agensi berkenaan dalam masa terdekat.
GRS is made up of Sabah Bersatu, Parti Solidariti Tanah Airku, Parti Bersatu Sabah, Sabah Progressive Party, and United Sabah National Organisation.
The Prime Minister will be doing all this from his new office in Putrajaya. Like many of us, he too had a clock in this morning.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was greeted at Perdana Putra in Putrajaya with a symbolic clock-in ceremony this morning. Anwar, clad in baju Melayu, appeared to be dressed in preparation for Friday prayers. He was flanked by, among others, Chief Secretary to the Government Muhammad Zuki Ali and Attorney General Idris Harun. Meanwhile, more world leaders have congratulated Anwar. Among them are Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Other congratulatory messages came from Bahrain and the European Union. US Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken, in congratulating the people of Malaysia and Anwar for his appointment, said he looks forward to deepening ties with Malaysia. Meanwhile, in a statement, the Dalai Lama said he has sent a congratulatory letter to Anwar.
It appears Muhyiddin Yassin has finally accepted that Anwar Ibrahim is Prime Minister and PN is ready to play its role as the opposition.
Perikatan Nasional chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin confirmed that his coalition will remain as an opposition bloc. In a statement today, Muhyiddin thanked Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim for the offer extended to PN. However, he rejected the invitation to join the unity government. Muhyiddin said PN will become an authoritative opposition instead, in the spirit of nurturing democracy and playing an effective check and balance role in Parliament. This comes after past Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan said that the party will study Anwar's invitation to join his unity government. Meanwhile, PN Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin thanked voters and its machinery for their hard work. PN secured 73 seats in GE15, making it the second largest bloc after Harapan with 82 seats.
Meanwhile, PAS has also changed its tune from claiming PN was in the lead to congratulating Anwar. PAS has congratulated Anwar Ibrahim for being appointed as the 10th Prime Minister. In a statement, PAS Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan said PAS is confident that Anwar will fulfill his responsibilities well and fairly. He added that PAS expects Anwar to prioritize the federalism concept, which is appropriate for all territories. He also said that his party will consider Anwar's invitation to join his unity government. This comes as a surprise because as of yesterday morning, PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang was still claiming that PN was in the lead and would not concede. Taqiyuddin said they will discuss the matter with PN component partners as well as seek feedback from voters who have supported PN and PAS in GE15. Meanwhile, over at UMNO, looks like Zahid Hamidi is set to remain as president with the party polls not happening this year.
UMNO will not hold an internal election at its annual General Assembly in December. This was confirmed by Supreme Council member Muhammad Raslan Muhammad Rafi. Instead, he said the party polls would be held within 6 months after the conclusion of the general election. This is as stipulated in UMNO's Constitution Amendment. On Wednesday, Party Secretary General Ahmad Maslan announced that the party will hold its General Assembly from December 21st to the 24th. Before making an announcement on the party election date, Raslan said the Secretary General would usually hold a political bureau meeting. He said this is to determine the important dates and then bring the matter to the UMNO Supreme Council meeting. On July 29, the Registrar of Societies approved UMNO's application to amend its constitution and postpone its party election. With the approval of the amendment, UMNO will be allowed to postpone its party polls for up to 6 months after a general election, or up to 18 months from the end of its leadership's term, whichever comes later.
Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the man credited for Anwar's initial rise in UMNO and his eventual fall, has congratulated the new Prime Minister.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has congratulated Anwar Ibrahim for his appointment as the 10th Prime Minister. In a brief message on social media, Mahathir also wished his former deputy success. Anwar entered politics in 1982 on Mahathir's invitation and enjoyed a meteoric rise in UMNO under Mahathir's wing. But things turned sour in 1998 and Mahathir sacked Anwar as Deputy Prime Minister. After this, Anwar was jailed for corruption and sodomy. Since then, Mahathir is largely seen as the man blocking Anwar's path to premiership. This includes when Mahathir was serving as Prime Minister for the second time under Harapan.
DAP has been asked to apologize to the Malay community to improve how it's perceived. The call was made by the Perlis Mufti.
Perlis Mufti Muhammad Asri Zainul Abidin has urged DAP to apologize to Muslims and the Malay community to appease the community's feelings. Writing on Facebook, Asri said it is hoped this will ease the majority community's perception towards DAP. He added that if they refuse, DAP will be seen as the same party that Muslims were skeptical about and rejected before. His call came after DAP's recent apology to GPS and Sarawakians. Yesterday, DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke apologized to Sarawak Premier Abang Johari Openg on behalf of the party. This was over any statement by party leaders which had offended the Sarawak government and Sarawakians in the past. In a courtesy visit to Abang Johari's residence in Kuching, Loke said the discussion was held in a friendly manner. Shortly after Loke's statement, DAP chairperson Lim Guan Eng also issued an apology for his remarks that may have offended Abang Johari and the GPS Sarawak state government in the past. In 2019, Lim claimed that Sarawak would go bankrupt in 3 years' time if GPS continues to rule the state.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you would like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.